Let's see what's going on.
Give me just one day.
Fluent and Chill, where the takes stay real. Chill town, hoop sports, fluent with the feel.
Sir. Yes, sir. I got a whole. I got a bunch of them. Bunch of them.
That actually looks just like me. So
I took your favorite picture. Just so you know, I took your favorite picture of you and your daughter on graduation day. And from that, I created that.
That's dope. I like that. I do like that.
I thought you'd like that. I thought you.
That actually does look like me when I was younger. Yeah, I like that. So, hey, Tony, I wanted to ask you something, man. I do.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all over the world, y'all know what time it is when y'all see us. It's me and my man Tony Tone. We do this every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock, right here on Chill Town Hoops, Fluent and Chill. And me and my man Tone, me and my man Fluent, we go back and forth a lot on a bunch of different topics. But you know what we don't do? We don't talk enough about the good things about guys. So, like, for example, Tone, you and me have had Jordan and James debates constantly. You know what I never asked you though, Tone? I never asked you, when do you think Jordan was at his best? Like, what's the best version of Jordan in your estimation?
This is gonna kill Jordan fans.
Oh boy.
It's gonna kill them because Jordan fans, and listen, let's be very clear. Because I'm called a Jordan fan because I defend Jordan and his era, because I get a million things that are just wrong about him. But I also defend Kuzi. I also defend Mikan. People ignore that. I also defend Kobe. I also defend, shockingly to some people, LeBron.
He does.
Depending on the situation. However, that being said, why this is going to kill Jordan fans is because Jordan fans' first thing, and I tell them it shouldn't exist, but their first thing that they say why he's the greatest is 6-0. And when I tell you the greatest version of Jordan was 1987 Jordan, you're going to say, what? But he didn't win a championship that year. And I say, yeah, but he averaged almost, I think it was 35 a night, 8 rebounds.
Actually.
It's 8 rebounds, 8 assists. He was a facilitator. He was one of, if not the best perimeter defenders in the game. So at that moment in time, he was the greatest all-around offensive player from a scoring perspective and a playmaking perspective. And he was a beast, if not the best perimeter defender. So he was the absolute best in the NBA at both sides of the court. And listen, you can argue and say, well, this guy was fine. He was at the top of everything offensively and defensively in the NBA.
But I don't think.
Now, was he at his best? Could he shoot the best at that point? Could he do all these? No. Although I believe he actually shot not too bad from 3 that year too. But yeah, that's that. So that's why I think as a player, that's why I say, for example, 2013 LeBron is the greatest LeBron for me, even though some will say 18. But I'm like, no, the athleticism that he had in 13, just the defense that he played, that's the deciding factor for me.
That's why I was asking, because there's a difference between the best player and the best version of this player. And I never actually heard what you thought about, like, what's the best version of this player? Because I think the best version of Jordan is 1992. I think his best work is 89. Right. I think that's the best work from Jordan, because we did have to your point, a facilitator. We did have the best defender, but the best version of him, like, he ain't ever gonna be better than this right here. And the 1992 version of him, that was the best version of him.
I used to say 92.
Yeah.
I used to say 92 because his game was more polished. There was a lot of things he did better.
Yeah.
As a kind of more mature player, and I think it's 80, and let me correct myself. It was 88 89. I think I said the 87 88, and I meant 88 89. Either way, 92 used to be my answer, but I went away from 92 just because of the defense and the athleticism, because I think that translates into any era. Like, the 92 Jordan was great, but I think in a faster paced era, I don't know how great that would translate anywhere. That athletic Jordan, though, I think translates more. And I'm going to take the guy who's scoring 35, 36, or whatever, 8 and 8.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I take that guy?
I can get with that.
But he wasn't as polished. I get it. He wasn't as mature as he was. Like some people say, like 96 Jordan, where all he did was like post up fade.
Right.
And yeah, from a old man kind of let me show you what I can do. Yeah, he's probably the smartest, right? Never wasted any steps. But I like the athleticism. I think he actually only shot 28% from three that year. But I think it was the next year he thought 38%. But anyways,
Yeah.
there as much. But that's why I think I say it's the best version of me, because I go with the defensive and athleticism, and I do the same thing for James. I do the same thing with Kobe. I've started to kind of wean off the older, more mature guy and go to like, if I can get the more athletic guy who can do everything.
Yep.
I kind of like it. And then I don't think there's a wrong answer. And so yours is 92 because
92. I just think that he was at the height of it. I think that was the best version of him, and not just athletically, but from a mental standpoint. I think that he had the game figured out more than anybody at that point. Athletically, I think that he was at his best. He was 29 years old. He was, I think, the strongest he had ever been. I think
that is the one thing that I'll give you, because he did start after that 90 season against the Pistons. He did hit the weight room, so he was definitely stronger, which maybe explains where some of the other stuff didn't take a hit, but it was less of a.
He played at about 210, but between 210 and 210, 215. He was around that, and to put that kind of weight on, but still be able to fly like he did, still keep the athleticism that he did, still be able to hop like he did. I just think that he was that was the best version of him. But I was real interested in hearing that from
honestly, it was 6 months ago. It was 6 months ago that I changed my mind, by the way. So it wasn't like it was.
Yeah.
It's recent. That I kind of started going, because I've been looking back at those seasons a little bit. And I'm just like, man, he was crazy athletic. Like, I mean, not that he wasn't in 92, but he was crazy then. So
super duper flying down the floor. So absolutely. Since we on that subject of athletes, since we're on that subject, Tone. Since we're on that subject of athletes. Yeah.
We're going to talk about this one.
There's something that we have to talk about. I'm gonna leave.
Are we talking about this one, or are you going to talk about?
Yes. I'm gonna leave.
This hurts me, as you know.
Yeah.
This hurts me to my core, because I'm such a Jimmy Butler fan that I don't know how much people even know that I am. Like I love me some Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
And it's this injury, I think, changes everything about the Warriors and what they are going to do. And me, I always do that that thing you love about failing fast.
Yep.
He's out. You've got no shot at a title. Blow it up. Blow it up. If you can get anything for Jimmy, as a hurt, because sometimes teams will take a hurt guy and say, okay, he'll come back healthy, or his contract's expiring, or whatever the case may be. If you can get anything for Jimmy, get it. Get it, go get it, and be gone and be done.
Yes.
Steph has done right by them for a number of years. If there's even this much of him wanting to have another run, ship him. Kuminga, for Christ's sakes, let the guy free Kuminga. Let the man go. You don't want him. He don't want you. Sign the damn divorce papers and go. Draymond Green has been a thorn in your side. Now's the time to be like, hey, go be someone else's headache, or go do your podcast. Now's the time to say, hey, we got that one, let's be honest, lucky run with Wiggins there at the end. So you got an extra title that no one thought you were going to get, and probably including them. And just, again, there's no harm in just moving on.
Yeah. Tone, I've been around you for as long as I've been around you, and I've learned a lot of things. I have. And one of the things that I've learned around you is, in terms of being business savvy, you've actually planted that seed in my head. Fail fast. Like if don't take long when you got it wrong. And I've actually adopted that phrase. Don't take long when you got it wrong. Yep. If you got it wrong, let's get off of it. Let's get off.
And
of
it doesn't have to be wrong. It's just, or if circumstances change.
Right.
Or if circumstances change.
So with that being said, to your point, in 22, when they won the NBA championship, right? In 22 when they beat the Celtics in the NBA championship, that's when those assets were at their highest.
Yeah.
That was the time. I mean, you've said to me when we were watching during that 22 season, in fact, Tone was screaming at me, chill, trade Anthony Davis, because he had gone on this run. He had gone on this run and he was getting busy. Chill, move him now.
Move him.
Now is the time to move him because his value is never going to be higher than it is right now. Move him. So at that point, when the Warriors had done what they had done in 22, when they won the NBA championship, all of those guys, Klay Thompson, Curry, Dre, Andrew Wiggins, their value was never going to be as high as it was at that point, ever. But instead, what do, Tone? They see what's going on and go, we're back. We're going to do it again. When in reality, no, you're not. You're not back. What you had, this was a run for you. This was an opportunity for you to upgrade. So instead, 23 comes around. They end up losing. Then 24 comes around. They end up missing the playoffs. Then Jimmy Butler comes into the fold. And we're going to try to recreate this thing again. Even though Steph is aging, you lose Klay Thompson. Dre is declining as an offensive player. He's still good, but he's declining as an offensive player. This group, and by the way, this group is on the books. And once again, my man Tony Tone over here, who's the business guy, he's the guy that's in the room with the check writers. This is a group that's costing a lot of money. So what you do is you double down on Jimmy Butler and you extend him for 2 years at $120 million. That's $60 million a season for a 36-year-old who's turning 37 in September. So this group is old.
And let's be clear, just to, because 36, 37 for everyone not named LeBron James is ancient. Okay, let's be clear. Yeah,
absolutely, that's old. So if Jimmy Butler at that point coming into the 24-25 season, he had only been removed from the NBA championship 2 years. So maybe we can do this. Now we've seen him in and out of the lineup, but when he was in the lineup, he was good. Curry was in and out of the lineup. You and I had this conversation, Tone, before the season started. I didn't have the Warriors making the playoffs. And the reason why I didn't have the Warriors making the playoffs is because I thought that this group was old. And I didn't think that they were going to hold up. The Western Conference is a nightmare. And in order for you to be competitive in the Western Conference, and I don't mean a play-in team. I don't mean a team that's close to making the playoffs. I'm talking about if you're serious about winning the NBA championship, you have to be in the upper echelon of the teams. And I didn't think the Warriors had enough in terms of health to hold up to that.
I remember we were on and we had a guest on, and I don't know what just happened on my TikTok, but that's super cool. Thank you. It was like this galaxy. Nicholas, thank you. Sent me a galaxy. I've never seen that before. That was amazing. Sorry, caught me off guard. And we had a guest on, and you said this same thing about how old they were, and I was like, no, they're not that old. And then we started reading off their ages and how old they were going to turn throughout the season. I was like, oh my God, I didn't realize. You knew. I didn't realize how old they had gotten. I'm like still thinking they were 32.
No,
it's not good.
Well, to your point, Tone, what we're doing is we're looking at, and yes, I'm going to reference James because James is the benchmark. Because when James is doing what he's doing, I think everybody looks at James.
He shouldn't be the benchmark, though.
He really shouldn't, Tone. He shouldn't.
James is the exception. James is the Nolan Ryan for those people that know baseball. Yeah. He's the exception to the rule. Don't look at it for anybody. Everybody the Tom Brady, right? Mm-hmm. There's think about it. In football, there's one guy, Tom Brady. In baseball, there's one guy, Nolan Ryan. Mm-hmm. In basketball now, there's one guy, LeBron James. That's it. You don't ever think that, because, and listen, KD might do it, but even KD isn't the same type of player or has had the same success or play as LeBron. So even if he does go to 40, it's a very different thing. Yep. So, but again, if I can only name, who played that long, that good, that long,
right?
LeBron, right? Because Karl Malone, Kevin Willis, Kareem, those guys played, Duncan, but they all had drop-offs. Right. To still be this good at this age, that's a once in a lifetime, actually probably once in a few lifetimes.
That doesn't happen a lot.
So yeah, you can't use him as the benchmark. But to your point, some people probably do, and that's a problem.
So I asked the question. I'm thinking to myself, like with Jimmy getting hurt and Jimmy now being out for the season, and there are the delusional Warrior fans that he'll be back next season, and we'll be back next season. And then the other side of that is, go all in on trading for Giannis. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, why would the Milwaukee Bucks give you Giannis? Dallas
But why?
called.
But why would you want an aging, injured superstar, anyways?
That was number two.
Okay, my bad.
That was the first. That was the second thing that I was getting into. Because the first thing was Dallas called, and Milwaukee was like, "No, we good," and they was offering Luka,
Right.
and
That was
Milwaukee said, "No, we
crazy.
good." Milwaukee
was
said,
crazy.
"No, we straight." But now Golden State, what are you offering? You're offering Jonathan Kuminga, maybe this kid
Draymond,
Post, this kid Post, Jonathan Kuminga, and some first round picks for another aging, injured star. And we don't know what the window is, because with Curry, sure, it's proven if you put the talent around Curry, right? If you put the talent around Curry, you do have an opportunity to win. Here's the difference with that. He's going to be 38 in March. Let's be clear about that, Tone. He's going to be 38 years old. So that
still
window,
an all-star.
still an all-star, still playing at an all-pro level. However, we saw what happened last year in the playoffs. He ended up breaking down. Well, he didn't break down because he didn't break down because he was old. Yeah, that had something to do with it, though, because he was nursing that hamstring injury throughout the course of the season. It wasn't like that hamstring injury just came about. No. So I think that the way the Warriors have handled this, I think they've mismanaged it. I think Jimmy Butler was good, but I just didn't think that him in terms of him collectively with this group, I just didn't think that they would hold up to him because they're old. And now we're in a space where now we have
one
to
thing,
rebuild.
if I may, it's one thing to like have one aging guy surrounded by, but it's like when the whole team is 36, 37,
They're the
38,
second oldest team in the league, Tone.
That's tough. That one's tough.
They're the second oldest team in the league. And now we're in a space where
Who's I just feel like I just saw the oldest play.
Buffalo. I'm sorry. Buffalo's got the oldest group.
Oh, that's right. They played the youngest team, and the youngest team in Toronto beat them.
Yeah, Buffalo.
So it's a young man's league.
That's where it is, 100%. So, and to be fair, Golden State Warrior fans, to be fair, I do understand that you want it to last forever, but
Sure.
I promise you, it's not going to last forever with anybody. The Bulls got old. The Lakers got old. The Spurs got old. The Warriors got old. Everybody's going to get old. These teams, these guys, I know that you love Curry, just like I love Jay, just like I love James. And I want these guys to stay around forever. They're not going to stay around forever. They are going to move on because they're going to get old. That's just the way it happens. And you Warrior fans, if we're being honest, you had a 10-year run that's equivalent to what? You were in the NBA championship 5 times in 10 years. 5 straight years you were in the NBA championship. And this is the Golden State Warriors that were in the lean years.
Right. They're 5. So they've been to 6.
They were in the NBA championship 6 times, 5 straight.
Yeah, damn.
In 10 years.
Spoiled.
That was spoiled rotten, Tone. And this is the same Golden State Warrior team that had lean years, right? Don't forget the Bimbo Coles and Donald Foyle and Billy Owens years, right? Okay, I know that you don't want to go back to that.
I like Billy Owens.
I love Billy the Chill Owens. Are you kidding me? Billy the Chill was awesome. I love Billy. Here's the difference, though. The difference is that I know that you don't want to go back to that. And you don't have to go back to that if you manage this correctly. If you put this thing together correctly and start to build the way
I
you
think
should.
when you say start to build, it's interesting because someone in the comments had said, well, who are you going to do? Build around pods? No, what you do is you're looking at who's like a young talent. There's players. Listen, look how many players are on the trade block. Like no one thought the Lakers were going to get Luka. Like there's opportunities. You just got to say, hey, you got to know when to pick those opportunities.
Hey, Tony,
I do want like a little service quick announcement. So
Sure.
for the people in TikTok, I just want you to know on both sides, we're gonna break in about 15 minutes and do all TikTok questions for about 5-10 minutes, and then we're gonna move to inviting people up on the show up here. So then you got to go to Chilltown Hoops YouTube for that. But just so you know, that's coming. And we do have 3 more topics, so I'll probably speed it up a little bit.
Yes,
that
sir.
being said, like there's ways to build it. We know we've established you know how to build it. Superstar scorer, defender, rebounder, and your keep. Like we know you don't need to have, because people think, well, who are they going to get? How are they going to get Jokic, Ant, and Wemby on the team? so that they can be No, that's not
That's so
realistic.
ridiculous.
But it also hasn't necessarily proven that that's gonna win anyways.
Just really quickly, Tone. The formula hasn't changed in terms of building the champion. Tone, can you tell me where you got Magic?
Oh, we got him in the draft.
Can you tell me where you got James Worthy?
We got him in the draft.
Can you tell me where you got AC Green?
AC Green, Iron Man, AC Green.
Yes, sir.
Got him in the draft.
Byron Scott.
Got him in the draft.
Can you tell me where you got Kobe Bryant?
Draft day trade.
Yes. Can you tell me where you got Eddie Jones?
Eddie Jones in the draft, but I think Eddie Jones is so underrated.
Yes. I'm bringing this to your attention.
But the point is, because people say, well, how'd you have Kareem? Right. You made a good trade, then you made a good draft, and you brought those pieces together. That's what you do.
This Golden State Warriors team, if I'm not mistaken, where'd you get Curry?
That's right. Curry.
Where'd you get Clay?
Dre. Yeah,
and
Dre
then
was a second round pick.
And then how did KD get on the crew? To Tone's point.
Who's the best player in the NBA right now?
I think it's SGA.
Who's the second best player in the NBA right now?
Jokic.
That was a second round draft pick.
Yes, sir, he was.
You don't know. You don't know.
Yes, sir, he was. Yes, sir, he was. So
all right.
The formula hasn't changed. No, it hasn't.
Well, speaking of who's available.
Yes, sir.
Now Ja doesn't want to be traded. I will say this. A little birdie told me that there was a deal in place in Toronto, and they were fighting over one of the multiple draft picks. There weren't that many. They were trying to make it a first. Toronto wanted it to be a second, and it stalled anything getting done, which is weird to me. But I guess he listen, Ja's a high risk, high reward.
He is
trade.
Yes, he is.
But now it seems he doesn't want to leave. I think maybe he's realizing what a lot of players I wish they would realize. The grass isn't greener on the other side.
Not always. Sometimes it is.
Sometimes it is.
Yeah, sometimes
going from OKC to Golden State and joining a 73-win team, that might be greener. Yes, but that didn't last very long either, did it?
No, it did not. Tone, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the couple of they're breaking up and it's going to happen. But then one of them decides, you know what, I really don't want to break up. Because they've actually been out there and they've seen what's going on and they're like,
they went out on a date and they saw what's out there.
You know what? Maybe this breaking up thing ain't that good of an idea. Maybe I do want to stay. And I think
Memphis.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. Looking pretty good.
I think Ja has seen what's going on with other groups, and he's so deep rooted in Memphis. I think he's been there 7 years, if I'm not mistaken. I think we're in year 7. They ended up getting rid of the offensive coordinator who was there, who is now in Miami, which is why I don't think the Miami thing is going to work, because with Miami, they don't play nearly as much pick and roll. They play faster. One guy does not have the ball in their hands.
Do you know where he spends his off seasons?
I don't. No.
Okay.
I did hear that he bought a house in South Beach, though. I did hear that he bought a house in Miami. But you know what? A lot of people
that doesn't mean he wants to be in Miami. Listen, if I had that much money, I'd have a house.
Kevin Garnett bought a house in Malibu. He didn't want. What are we doing? Kevin Garnett bought a house in Malibu, so that doesn't mean that he was going to play for the Clippers or the Lakers. No, this is where I live in the off season. So, yeah. But with that being said, Tone, I feel like we're in a space with him, like that, like that married couple who they kind of separated and went out on a date and was like, you know what, this dating thing is kind of whack. I think I'm gonna stay where I am. I want to stay where I am, but I also feel like we're in a space with these guys where has the damage already been done? Is it irreparable with when it comes to Memphis?
I don't think so, because I think, look, he did his things. Listen, he knows he might disagree with how they reacted, but he knows the things he did were a little boneheaded from a professional standpoint.
That was a dumb kid.
He made chalking that up to, look, I was young and dumb. We've all done that. They, on the other hand, were like, well, yeah, because you were young and dumb, you said you wanted out. We started looking. But just because we looked doesn't that we didn't make a trade.
No.
Because we know your value better than anybody else, and they were trying to steal you from us. Well, if you think I'm worth 2 stars and 4 first rounders, then you probably hold me in pretty high regard.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. I didn't think so. I thought you would have traded me for a bucket of Extra Crispy and a six-pack, as you would say. And they're like, absolutely not, Ja. You're one of the top 5 guards if we think you're the best guard in all the NBA. Well, if you think that highly of me, why would you trade me? Well, because you wanted to leave. I didn't want to leave. I felt like you didn't want me. Oh, like these conversations happen. And so now it might be between agents, it might be through these other things. But basically it was, I thought you wanted me gone. You thought I wanted to leave. Now that we actually had this conversation, we realize, oh no, we're good together. We're better together.
That's what it sounds like, Tone. That's exactly what it sounds like. Well, I thought you wanted to break up. I never said I wanted to break up.
Yeah.
What are we doing? I didn't want to break up. I never said I wanted to break up. I didn't want you going anywhere. Well, I was out looking because you made it sound like you didn't want to be with me no more. Well, wait a minute.
You were on the couch playing video games, and I said, I'm going out. And you said, okay. And I said, yeah.
Okay.
Well, that means you want me to leave.
No,
it means you said you were going out. I figured you're going out with your friends.
Okay, I'll get with you later. No problem.
Yeah. I thought it means you didn't want me around. Hell no, I want you around. Come sit. I wanted you. Actually, what I wanted you to say was, where are you going? Can I come? Can we go together? Well, then why the hell didn't you just say, do you want to go out for dinner?
We could have just done that. Yes, we could have just done that.
You want to go to Chipotle? Let's go get a burrito. We out.
And I feel like with Memphis, I think that's where the communication gap is, Tone. Exactly the point that you made. I feel like that's where the communication gap is, where, okay, we got to get a definitive role. We already know who Ja is, but we got to get a definitive role on what else is going on around here. To expand on your sitting on the couch and sitting on the couch and playing video games. Well, instead of breaking up with Ja in Memphis with the group that's around him, well, tell him maybe we need some new furniture in here. How about maybe we get a new TV? Okay, like where we live is fine. I don't have a problem with where we live, but
there's some new furniture. There's some new furniture that they can use in Memphis. Yeah.
Maybe we can get some new furniture in here, right? Maybe we can upgrade. Maybe we can upgrade the car. But that doesn't mean that you and me got to break up. No, we don't have to do that. And I feel like with Ja, on one hand, I feel like they are a group that was supposed to be better than what they are.
Yeah.
And when you came off of Bane, when you came off of Dillon Brooks, the writing was on the wall that this thing was getting blown up. Okay, that was it. The writing was on the wall. Okay, all right, I get that part. But if you were moving off of Ja, then you should have moved off him already. If you're not moving off of him, build it around him. Because I actually like this kid, Cedric Howard. I think he's real. I think he's going to be really good. I like this kid, Zach Edey. You already know how I feel about him.
I love Zach Edey. Yeah.
You already know how I feel about Zach Edey. And this kid, Jalen Wells, I think they got some really good pieces. Now, the question is selling Ja on this. And if Ja doesn't want, before I heard this, if Ja doesn't want to be a part of this, then now we got to move in a different direction. If the rebuild, what he sees us doing is not conducive to what he wants to do, then now it's probably best that we move in a different direction.
Sure. And you know what they could do? They can move one of their bigs for this one.
My blood. This absolutely boils my blood, Tone. I swear, I want to box Knicks fans, man. When I see stuff like this.
Why would you trade Cat?
Yeah, this makes me nuts.
They had a bad stretch, so let's trade Cat.
It's the consummate Knicks fan, Tone, and I'm gonna go on my rant. Just like you, when you go on your rant, this is the consummate Knicks fan. Soon as it, Tone, you just gave me the analogy. You just gave me the analogy of the relationship. Knicks fans are J-Lo. They love being in love. Soon as problems happen, we got to break up. Soon as something happens, we're out. This isn't working anymore. Instead of working it out, no, you ran Julius Randle out of town when you were a dumpster fire. Let's be clear about that right now. Before Julius Randle got on your crew, you guys were a dumpster fire. He was the first All-Pro that you had since Carmelo Anthony in 10 years previous to that. You didn't have an All-Pro since then, before then, right? You get Julius Randle. Now we're turning this thing into a playoff team. We're turning this team into a playoff team. We get to the playoffs. Julius Randle isn't good the first year. He isn't good the second year. You run him out of town. What is he doing in Minnesota? He looks like he's going to make the All-Pro team. They're a top 5 seed in the Western Conference. You get Cat. You're super excited about him. You can't wait to get Cat on your roster. You're super excited about him. This is the difference in us winning it, a.k.a. being in love. I'm there. Now we get to this stretch where you're 2-9 in your last 11 games, including losing 4 straight. We suck. We got to get rid of Cat. This thing is awful. This is the consummate. This is why the New York Knicks have not won an NBA championship since the year I was born. Because of this kind of logic right here.
That was for the people on those 1921 or 22?
23, actually. 1923. Since the year I was born. This is what happens with New York Knicks fans. You guys are so fickle. You guys are so fair weather. This is what happens. Cat has actually been playing good for you guys, considering the change in the offense. I got to get adjusted to that. This is not like this is an offense where I completely just jump into it and I got it. And no, the triangle took a while for guys to get acclimated to it. Jordan had a difficult time with the triangle when he first started. Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman picked it up really well, but Horace Grant, I mean, these guys, they adapted to it. It took some time. We got a new coach. In the process of getting a new coach, you got a new offense. It's going to take some time to get this figured out. But New York Knicks fans, it's right now, right now, right now. How's right now been working for you guys? It hasn't been. It has not been working for you guys. In fact, it's not going to work for you guys. But instead of continuously building, and we live in a league of parity, so we got to do this now. We got to do this now. We got to do this now. How about we just work this out? This particular stretch of losing 4 straight, understand why we losing 4 straight, get it together, and keep going. Instead of, yo, we got to fire Mike Brown. Yo, we got to trade Cat. This is exactly why the Knicks are who they are. This is exactly why they are that, Tone. This kind of stuff boils my blood when it comes to Knicks fans. It makes me nuts.
Well, the good news is, unfortunately, TikTok, you're not going to hear this, so I apologize for the next 3 seconds. I know how to cool your blood.
What do you got, Tone? Mm-hmm. What do you got? Mm-hmm. I try to be cool, man. I do. I try to be cool.
But I see what you're saying. It's like right away at the first sign of trouble, you literally brought this team together last year. You brought this team together. You moved off of Julius Randle. You brought in Cat, and it was good. And look, there were some injuries. There's some whatever. And then you were like, hey, you know what it is? Right or wrong, you were like, Tibbs is just his offense, his rotations, his expectations. It doesn't work with the personnel that we have. So we're going to bring in Mike Brown, who's more of a player's coach. And it starts off great, and everyone's happy. And the next, oh my God, the next, oh my God, the next. You go on, seriously, a 10-game streak. There's 10-game patch, 11-game patch where, okay, it's not that great. Now we got to blow it up. Like, listen, I say fail fast, but I don't mean not that fast. Like, not breakneck speed fast. Like, teams are going to go on runs. They're going to have winning streaks and losing streaks, and there's going to be something that goes on at home that distracts them. And, you know, it's super cold right now. I don't know. You're in Florida. Yeah, I don't know when the last time you've been out. This part of the world is super cold right now.
There's a difference between cold, Tone, and super cold.
No. I mean
Arctic blast.
Like, you go outside and inhale and your nose freezes shut because, like, it's that cold. Like,
if I don't have to be outside, don't be outside.
Don't be outside. And it's like, maybe that, and someone's going to tell me in the chat, well, they're on a West Coast in California. Okay, well, still, you know, there's stuff that happens.
Yeah.
Throughout the course of a season. You can't panic. Listen, they only won 1 Super Bowl. They went to 2. However, there's a reason the Pittsburgh Steelers, I know this is football, but there's a reason the Pittsburgh Steelers are consistently a good team. It's because there's consistency.
How about that for an idea?
You keep moving stuff around, like reacting, something might work and you'll do something right, but it's more likely that you're going to get it wrong and you're going to make things worse. And so when I saw that, and I'm like, are these guys nuts? It's ridiculous.
What are you guys doing?
It's ridiculous. You've built this team and you're good. Who are you afraid of that you need to move off from Cat? Listen, I love Detroit. You're afraid of Detroit? Who are they afraid of?
Nobody. You shouldn't be. You really shouldn't be.
Atlanta?
You got a good
Toronto?
chance. Cleveland.
Like, who are you afraid of? They have Toronto's number, as a matter of fact. They did dominate them. It's just that you can't react that fast and say, let's fire Mike Brown, let's trade Cat. Because let's be honest, if you're going to trade someone, it should be Jalen Brunson.
No. And that's the other thing, Tone. Like I said, is in New York fans, they won't deny this. As quickly as they welcome you into Jerusalem, that's how quickly they will fry you. As much as they love you, that's how quick that they will turn their back on you when it comes to Knicks fans. See, the reason why the Yankees are what they are, and I always felt like this, and I can't stand the Yankees, but I've always respected Brian Cashman as a GM. And the reason why I've always respected Brian Cashman as a GM was because he would be honest. He's not telling you, yo, we got a World Series contender. We got a team that's gonna chase the pennant.
Right.
No, we're not good. And we're gonna build this unit around this kid. We got this kid Judge, and we got a really good farm system. We're gonna build our unit around them. And the New York Knicks fan base, not the New York Knicks fan base, I'm sorry, the Yankee fan base will get behind that because they recognize what a rebuild looks like. Okay, we're building this thing, and we're going to stick with these guys, as opposed to what the Knicks were doing in the late 2010s and in the early 2020s before Julius Randle showed up, when they were telling everybody, we're making the playoffs this year, we're making the playoffs this year, when they had 5 straight 50-loss seasons. You guys weren't close to doing anything. Nothing. You had 5 coaches in 5 years. 5. You had Hornacek and Derek Fisher, and before Thibodeau showed up, you had Hornacek and Derek Fisher. They fizzled. You guys were dumpster fire. And if you just be honest with the fans and show them that we're building this thing and this is the direction that we're going in, let's continue to do this. If you guys are going in the direction that you're going in with Cat, OG, Brunson, like, you guys aren't the Clippers. You guys aren't the Warriors, where you're ridiculously old. You still have a relatively young team. Like, Jalen Brunson's 28. Cat's 20, I think 28 or 29. OG Anunoby is 26 or 27. Like, you still got a relatively young team. So we still have time to figure this out. But no, not Knicks fans, right now, which would explain why you guys haven't won the NBA championship since the year I was born.
You did make the list, did you? I think you're number 11. The NBA's MVP ladder. Number 1, SGA. Number 2, Jokic. Number 3, Doncic. Number 4, Wet Bananas. Number 5, Jalen can't go left. Number 6, Cade Cunningham. Number 7, Ant. Number 8, Maxey. Number 9, speaking of Jalen Brunson. And number 10, Jamal Murray.
Yes, sir. Yep. Number 10, Jamal Murray. That's correct.
Number 10, Jamal Murray?
Yes, sir. Jamal Murray. Yeah.
How do you feel about Jamal Murray being number 10 in the NBA MVP ladder?
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay.
Number 10?
Did you want to say anything to Unc? Like, maybe, I'm sorry?
For what?
How bad his 49ers lost?
He's a Niners.
He's a Niners fan, yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
Right.
Yeah, we got stomped. Yes, we did. We got
They beat us, though. It's okay.
Yeah, they did beat you. That's true. He's an
Go to
Eagles
school.
fan.
Go to school.
Not go to school. Go to bed.
Go to school. Go to bed so you can go to school.
So quick 30-second interlude before, and I'll leave the list up so people don't get confused. Would you rather lose in overtime like my Bears or get stomped like your 49ers?
I'd much rather get stomped because
Me
I
too.
know that it's coming. Yeah, I know.
I literally sat there going, the Bears need to go for 2. And they're like, are you nuts? I go, if they go into overtime, they're going to lose. They need to go for 2 right now.
I wanted to rewind it back. Tone, take the points when you were in the red zone instead of going on that 4th down. Take the points. Trust your defense.
That's 6 points. That is 6 points we just threw away. Yeah. You're taking points off the board. Yeah, it's crazy.
I do get how we live in a space in today's game where you got to go for everything. You got to go.
But listen, I'm okay. I'm okay. If that's the kind of coach you are, you got us this far, go with what works. That's fine. Or go with, listen, you go home with who brought you, right? So if you're going for it on 4th down all the time and you're not going to go for the field goal, you're going for touchdowns, fine. Then at the end of the game, go for 2 and win it. Be consistent.
Take it there. Okay.
Because if you're going to say, hey, I'm going to pick and choose when I'm going to play it safe, that's cool. Then take the 6 points.
So when they went into overtime, I was like, they're going to lose. I didn't like.
Yeah, me too. That's not our thing. All right. So now, who's not going to qualify on this list? Jokic might not qualify.
I think he's not. I don't think he's going to play enough games. I think where we are with Joker right now, because we're already halfway through the season, and the Denver Nuggets have played 43 games, and Joker of those 43 games has already played 32
How many,
of them.
how many games can they,
right?
they can miss? What, 17?
You can only miss you miss 17 of the 82 games. That's why you got to play 65. So
Yeah.
you can only miss 17 games. Joker at this point, of the 43 games that they played, he's missed 9. Right? I'm sorry, he's missed 11.
11.
He's missed
11.
11. I'm sorry. Yeah, he's missed 11. So he's got 5 more games in.
But also Luka's only played 33.
Luka has only played 33 games.
Ant
so
has only
Luka can
played 34. Jokic
Mhm.
has only played 32. Kawhi having 30 actually is impressive.
That is pretty impressive.
So okay, so Cade Cunningham 36. So there's some guys that are close. There's some guys that are close.
Yes, there are. Now, Wemby, on the other hand, Wemby, as of today, Wembanyama has played 29 games, right? So I think Wemby can
Do you think Wemby, if he goes on a second, when I say second half, it's the last 30 games after the All-Star break. When I say second half, do you think he can go on a run that secures him the DPOY and MVP?
If he plays enough?
Do you think he could leapfrog, especially if Luka and Jokic are now disqualified because of games played? Do you think he can leap? Because basically, then he's really only getting ahead of SGA.
Well, think about this for a second. I don't, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I like I said, if he plays enough, I think we can have a conversation about it. But I mean, I think SGA is gonna win it going away, because the narrative on SGA, because as you know, Tone,
Yeah.
MVPs are narrative based, and as good as you are as a player, the narrative is very important. And SGA, who is the second coming of, or let me rephrase that, the third coming of the great two guard. It was Jordan, and then it was Bryant, and now there's SGA. So what would that do for SGA to play 75 games and the Oklahoma City Thunder keep the #1 seed? And he's the catalyst to everything that they're doing. In the process of him being the catalyst to everything that they're doing, he ends up winning the league MVP again, and then they win the NBA championship again. How much better does that look for his legacy? So I think that Wemby would be in the conversation. I think that he would have to do something, Tone, astronomical. And I don't think that he's going to do that off the strength that he's on a minutes restriction in San Antonio. They're trying to ramp up his minutes, but they're being very cautious because they should be. Oh,
is he coming off the bench? Because someone's asking, can he be the sixth man?
Which blows my mind, because I said this about him during the in-season tournament. Tone, there's things that look weird to me. And seeing Wemby on the bench just looks weird. Even when he comes out of the game, just sitting over there, it looks weird. He just doesn't look like he should be sitting over there like ever.
They should bring him off the bench for the rest of the season.
That's what he's doing.
Hold on, no, for the rest of the season, and up his minutes. He could win DPOY, sixth man, and MVP.
Can you imagine that? I don't think that would. Yeah, that.
I would love it if he were to win MVP and DPOY. What would that mean? Or does it mean anything? Is it just it's too early? He hasn't done anything else.
Well, if he were to win the league MVP and the Defensive Player of the Year, it would just be another guy doing it. It would be like Jordan did it. It would be like Giannis.
Just another guy doing it. That's 3 guys in the history of the NBA.
Yeah, let me rephrase that. It's not that he would be another guy doing it. I think that the expectation for him would now raise. Like, what kind of player are you going to be? Now, I will say this, Tone. I don't like the fact that I saw Jaylen Brown as low as I think Jaylen Brown should be above Wemby because what he did for that, what he's doing for that Boston team, I think he should be above
Everyone
Wemby.
thought that Boston team wasn't going to be a playing team, and they're in the mix.
Yeah, and I think that Cade Cunningham should be higher. I think he should be above Wemby too. And I know that sounds ridiculous to you guys. There's a difference between a guy being the best player. There's a difference between a guy being the best player and a guy being more impactful
for their team. Yeah.
Yes, and I think that Jaylen Brown and Cade Cunningham have definitely been more impactful than Wemby has been for their group.
TikTok, here is your chance on both sides of the screen. If you have questions, here is your opportunity to ask those questions right now in the chat. It should be followed with a bunch of likes, by the way. So it'd be like tap, 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 and then ask your questions. While we're waiting for those questions to come up, we do have a super chat on the YouTube side, which always get preferential treatment. Tori says, don't count the Warriors out. 100. I promise we're gonna make y'all eat y'all words.
Tone, just so you know, he comes on my lives in the morning. He is the representative of the delusional Warrior fan.
He's like Fluent Jr.
Yes, he's the representative of the delusional Warrior fan. Off the strength that they still got Curry. His logic is, as long as we got Curry, we still got a chance to win it. Not to make the playoffs, not to make some noise in the playoffs, but to win it. And
Well, when you have the greatest shooter of all time, I guess there's something to be said.
100% it is, Tone. But like I said, when you're talking about winning the NBA championship, a lot of things have to go your way. In addition to being awesome, a lot of things got to go your way. And as of right now, what's been going the Warriors' way?
Absolutely nothing.
I mean, and Giannis is not walking through that door, guys. I promise you that. You're not getting Giannis.
We gotta answer this question because it comes straight from one of our from a Toronto Raptor, Grady Dick. If you are a Raptors fan, you'll know they're playing the Warriors tonight, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think so? Thank you for watching the show before the game. Do you think Scotty Barnes is all defensive first team or even a depoy, and I'll add in candidate this year?
I think Scotty Barnes.
And I know you get a lot of Scotty Barnes propaganda on a day-to-day, so I'm gonna ask you first.
Mm-hmm. I do think Scotty Barnes has been playing at an all defensive level. If I can think about the all league defensive team, so Wemby, I think this kid Casey Wallace is going to be an all league defender. I think Mobley is playing at an all league defensive level. I think Rudy is going to be the defensive player of the year this year. So Wemby, Rudy, Casey Wallace. I think Mobley's been playing at an all-league defensive level this year. Bam has also been playing at that level.
I guess basically there's two defensive teams, right? So would he be in the top 10?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Okay, so he's gonna get an all defensive.
Yes,
but it sounds like you don't think depoy because you named like 5 guys you have ahead of him already.
I feel like there's a number of different guys ahead of him, and I know that you guys hate this, but I think Rudy's going to win the defensive player of the year again this year.
5 times?
Yeah, I think he's going to win it again.
He's like
numero.
Who's my guy from Harlem Heat?
Cinco.
Booker T.
Mm-hmm. Cinco. Numero cinco.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
For Rudy Gobert.
Oh.
Yep, that's what I think we are with him. Yep. Numero cinco. I know that.
I'm gonna break my mic.
We're talking about
Caruso. What about that's a good one. Caruso 5 times.
I don't think
Caruso's not all defensive.
I think he is, but I don't think he makes the all-league defensive team ahead of Casey Wallace. I think Casey Wallace is going to make the all-league defensive team before him. Yep, and Chet too. So and Chet is also Chet too. So
we got time for one TikTok question. If you have a TikTok question, good night.
Mm-hmm.
Love you.
I don't have any TikTok questions right now. I just got comments.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. In that case, if there's no questions, TikTok, we appreciate you. Are you staying on? I'm just going to sign off, and we're going to get to. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is when y'all see us. Come to Chilltown Hoops right over here on YouTube. Come to Chilltown Hoops and check out the rest of the show. You know where to find me. This is where me and my man Tony Tone are every Tuesday night. We love you. I'll see you soon. Put on a suit. Drink water. Don't drink and drive. Hey, man, call your mother. I just talked to my mother yesterday. Call your mother. I'll talk to you guys later. So. All right, guys.
All right. So TikTok, we out. And now we start with Joe. Do you remember Joe's biggest hit?
I don't.
You don't? I don't want to be a player no more.
Oh, that Joe. Yeah. With Fat Joe. Okay, all right. I'm following you. Yes, sir.
Wasn't it Joe and Fat Joe?
Yes, sir.
There you go. I know it's not that Joe, but what up?
What up?
Yo. It's good to see you both looking well as per usual.
Thank you.
Chill, just want to say that quickly, that outro never gets old. Every time, it never gets old. Put on a suit, drink water, call your mother. When was the last thing call your mother? Call your mother.
Joe, do you know how many times? Joe, do you know how many times he says that? And I'm like, shit, I forgot. And I'm like, I'll text her and be like, hey, just wanted to check in. How are you, Mom?
My mother. What's up, Joe? How you doing, brother? What's going on with you?
I'm good, man. I hope you're both well as well.
Good.
I was going to talk about the Pistons Celtics game. Now, I am really proud of how we played. Really am. Number one seed, we're not meant to be anywhere near the top, and we gave them a game. We brought it down to the last shot. Jaylen Brown, if you get a better bounce.
Twice, by the way. This is the second
Yeah.
time y'all did that when they was in Boston and now in Detroit. Yeah, these are dog fights that y'all in with those dudes. Dog fights.
I mean, we're giving them a hard time each time we play them. We're still gonna play them, I think, another 2 times. So we could even snatch a win, or maybe even both wins. Who knows? But I think Jaylen Brown, if you get a better bounce, mate, that's a game winner right there. That's just the look of the ball. At the end of the day, I can't even fault him, to be honest with you. I like the shot selection. He's great from the mid range. Tobias has played some great defense for that shot. So, you know, I can't even really get angry at it, and I'm glad that we played that well and brought it that close to the wire.
Yeah.
But I wanted to talk about 2 things, and it was about Ja Morant. With this guy, me personally, I'm not the biggest fan, and it's just simply because the personality. I think the way he conducts himself, it's not the type of thing I necessarily enjoy. And also just his play style. I think he's really not fell off.
Joe, can we get past that though? Can like the personality thing? If we start winning, can we look past that, or are you stuck on that?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. If you start winning games, then of course I can look past anything. I mean, Kevin Durant was one of the most biggest snakes in basketball, leaving OKC, but I looked past that when he was 17-9. I didn't.
Yeah.
I really couldn't care less of what he done at OKC and Russell Westbrook. That was just a thing that passed that then for me.
Yep.
But Ja Morant, I feel like the problem is his whole saga is just confusing me. I'm hearing he wants to trade, that the Grizzlies are now entertaining trades, and I'm seeing clips of him arguing. We don't know the full context of that argument, by the way, so it's hard to just say there's arguments, the dressing room's gone, no one likes each other, it's all going down in Memphis. But
what it was, Joe, it wasn't an argument like or something personal. It was actually about basketball. That's what it was about. It wasn't about, you're a snake and you and me about to fight. No, this was about swinging the basketball. This was a basketball play. And Ja wanted to talk about it right there. This didn't have anything to do with anything else except what was going on the court. That was it. That was all it was. And we made it out to be a bigger deal. But to your point, Joe, because of the personality tag that we have, as soon as you see something like this, automatically it turns into something else, which is not.
True. That is, I won't fault that. That is true. But also about things that this guy's done in the past. I mean, like, I think we all know that one Instagram live that he done. I think he's done it twice, actually. I think he's done it, and then he's done it again. Just silly things that just don't need to be done. Do you know what I mean? A bit of maturity goes a long way. But I was so confused about hearing that he doesn't want to get traded. I thought that was his goal, to leave Memphis and find someplace new. A bit like Trae Young. I thought both parties were like, yep, we're done. Thank you for saving us. It's time to move on. But
now Joe, let me interrupt you to just say, let's be very, very clear, because there's a couple things here. At one point, they wanted to trade him. He wanted to be traded.
Yeah.
They may have seen that there's just not a lot of interest. He may have found out that there's not a lot of interest, and that changes your mind when you realize there's not a lot of the options. The other piece, though, that we're not saying that we should, is the team said, hey, we put out feelers and we can't get anything from you because everyone thinks you're a jerk and you're going to be a detriment to the team and you're going to disrupt the locker room. And so we're not getting the right offers. So you're stuck unless you come out and say, change your attitude, say you don't want to be traded. That will drive your value up, and then we can get what we want for you, and then we'll move you. So there's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes that they can just say, hey, you better figure it out, be a better citizen. And so now you see him. I don't know if you saw, they showed the clip after that argument. They showed another one where he was like coaching his teammates and helping.
Yeah.
And then he comes and says, oh, I don't want to be traded. I love Memphis. Well, right away, it's like, oh, okay. And that drives up his trade value. So that could be real. It could be fake. We don't know.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. We, at the end of the day, us as fans, we don't know the actual full truth and the full stories and the overall emotions and opinions. So we can only say what we see. I didn't see as much as you guys did. Obviously, you guys live, breathe, drink, probably sleep basketball. I also do, but not to the extent of you guys. But like the whole Jam and saga was just, it was crazy, and it was definitely.
We'll definitely. I'll tell you what, Joe. We'll definitely keep you posted. But we definitely got to move on, my man. It was good to talk to you.
Joe.
Absolutely, my
No
man.
worries.
Yeah.
Thanks,
you,
brother.
Yes, sir.
All right, Jay. So listen. I've been asked to do a little football. I have a feeling Jay, who's about to come on, who's a Patriots fan, is gonna want to talk a little bit about football, anyways. So to Different and to Peyton, I got you.
What up?
Can y'all hear me? Hello?
Yes, sir. What
Yeah,
up?
we can hear you.
How about my pads, Fluent? How about my
I
boys
told
in
you.
blue?
I told you they look good. I told you. I have them.
Taking this to the chin.
I said they're going to the Super Bowl.
Of course we are. We're gonna win it too, by the way. I'm not feeling
Well, you're going to the Super Bowl because you get the Denver Broncos backup quarterback. Everything fell right into your lap.
I think they go into Denver and stomp them, Tone. I don't think they're going to Denver. I think they're going to go in there and stomp them. I think
Denver's going to look, yeah. Oh, minimum.
Yeah, I think
you guys. Y'all saw what we did to the best defense in the NFL, right?
Listen, I had you winning anyways, but now it's like not even going to be fun to watch.
Yes.
Like, y'all have us winning the entire thing, or just representing the AFC?
I think the Rams Seahawks winner wins the bowl game.
Jesus, we don't got a shot.
I didn't say that.
Look, you have a shot. I think you're gonna let me answer the question, because Peyton asked me. Peyton in the chat asked me to talk about the Rams and Seattle, and here's what I know, and I'm going to speak honestly. The Bears' defense isn't great. All season, it hasn't been great. We've been good at takeaways. We're not great. And they were able to just blitz one of their DBs off the corner. They were switching which side, and it made Matthew Stafford look like he shouldn't be in the MVP conversation this year, which maybe he shouldn't be. It had him befuddled for 2 out of the 4 quarters, and they almost blew that game because of that one simple blitz from a average defense. This Seattle defense might be the best we've seen in Seattle since the Legion of Boom. They are so good everywhere that I think they're going to beat the Rams. And in the Super Bowl versus the Patriots, it's going to be close. We're going to see how good Drake May is. We're going to see how good Drake May is, because even though you said we beat the best defense in the league, I think Seattle's going to give him looks that he's never seen before, and it's going to be very, very difficult. Not saying the Patriots aren't going to win, but once it's confirmed, then I'll make my pick. But I've got the Seahawks and Patriots in the Super Bowl.
Honestly, I think that May's just going to be more prepared by the time he gets to the bowl game. He's played every single team he's played has been a top 10 defense. I think he's going to be well prepared to get into that bowl game and play.
You think he's going to be more prepared than Matt Stafford, who actually won the Super Bowl? You think he's going to be more prepared than him?
No, I mean, no, not at all. I just mean that he's going to be prepared to see an elite defense is what I mean.
Okay.
I think he'll be ready. I think he'll be ready, but it's one thing to practice. It's one thing to be ready. It's another thing once you see those guys flying at you. I just think Seattle's defense is special. And in football, more than any other sport, still, I think defense wins championships.
Tony, am I ridiculous if I think,
which is crazy, because who would have said Sam Darnold? I don't know if that's where you're going. Sam Darnold was going to be a Super Bowl winning. You never would have thought that.
Never thought that. And which is where I was going with this, Tone. Am I ridiculous to think Matt Stafford can be had? Because I know for a fact Sam Darnold can be had. I know that for a fact. Matt Stafford can be had. I'm not sure if Drake May, because Drake May has shown me his ability to take care of football. Matt Stafford will give us the football. He has shown that more than not. And the Patriots defense has proven that they will get takeaways. So am I ridiculous?
I mean, they made CJ Stroud look like a bust of a quarterback, a shadow of who he was in his rookie season.
Yeah,
just off the pressure.
This Seattle defense is listen, they're special, right? And if they win the Super Bowl, people will start to actually give them the credit that they deserve for how good they are. Yeah. And that's all I'm saying is Drake May. I'm not saying Patriots have no shot. I'm just saying it's gonna be really difficult when you have a team that can stop the run, can stop the pass, can get turnovers, can put on can apply like they do everything you want them to
They
do.
said the same thing about the Texans, and look what happened.
Yeah, but I would have told you no against it. I would have said the Texans aren't anywhere near as good as Seattle's defense. I don't care what the stats tell you.
No.
Yeah, I don't care what the stats tell you. Seattle's defense is light years ahead of Houston's, and that's not that's
same
not even
thing with the
knocking
Broncos.
Houston. I think they're better than the Broncos. Yes, yeah. I think you know what you should do? Watch the Seattle Rams game, and that is a good offense with a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Matthew Stafford is one of the best, with an offensive / head coach who is one of the smartest offensive
with two number one
minds.
receivers.
Watch what the Seattle defense does to them, and then tell me how good the Seattle defense is.
I mean, I watched what the Texans did, and they forced me to fumble a ton of times. So the reason I'm not too worried about Seattle is because what he did against the Texans, he basically showed it doesn't matter how many times I fumble, I'm still going to kick your ass. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I can fumble 5 times and still gash your defense.
No, this is different.
But you can't
No,
Yeah.
Nope, that doesn't work, Tone. Go ahead, Tone. I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead.
The reason why I'm saying that doesn't work is because the Texans couldn't capitalize offensively. The Rams will.
Right.
Seattle will.
Seattle will, yeah.
They 100% will. So, yeah, no, that whole "I'll still kick your ass" logic, that's because you were playing against a guy in C.J. Stroud who looked like a deer in headlights. That's why that was. And they weren't able to capitalize offensively. I promise you.
And I'll tell you, that's what I'm afraid of with Drake May. Again, he's proven that he can play in big games, but the Super Bowl is different. Seattle's defense is different. That first time's tough. I'm not saying he can't do it. I'm just saying that first time it's different. And I think he's going to have a hard time. Again, I'm not counting them out because that's a good team. That's a good team in New England.
Damn good.
It's
team.
going to be, you know what? That's going to be a really good Super Bowl to watch. Be really
Do you
good.
think
I'll tell you this.
I'll tell you
this. Seattle on the 1 yard line won't be running a slant route. I'll tell you.
No.
They
will definitely be giving the ball to them.
That's played more top-ended defenses than May right now. I don't think there's a quarterback that's played more top-ended defenses than May.
In the playoffs?
Top-ended,
this
right
year
now in the playoffs. Top-ended. I'm talking top 5, top 10 defenses. Has there been a quarterback
that has played against that great of defenses?
Yeah, the top end defenses is what I know.
Ever?
I mean, absolutely.
Not ever. I mean, this season.
Oh,
I mean,
this
in the
season?
playoffs.
Well,
maybe not. But
I don't
but
think
again,
there's
I also listen.
That's what I'm thinking, man, because Maine's doing a good job against the elite of the elite defenses.
Maybe I'm in the.
He only played against one defense. That's it. Houston.
That's Houston. But I think not. Listen, people always, when I use this word, people always say I think Houston defense a little bit overrated. A little bit
Fluent. Same thing with the Broncos.
Well, here's the thing: with the Broncos, you're going to run into the same thing, right? Like Houston defense gave their offense opportunities, and the Houston offense, right, didn't take advantage of it. Denver is probably going to be in the same situation, where if they do what Houston did and they get them opportunities with Stedman back there, if they don't take advantage of those opportunities, and I don't think they will, they're going to get crushed. So to say that the defenses didn't, he defeated these great defenses. Did he defeat them, or was the offensive just not able to take advantage of the opportunities that were given?
That's all it was.
Because that's part of it, though. I feel like
they both can be true. Yeah, both can be true.
Because I don't know. I just think that out of all the QBs in the playoffs right now, no one's played more top-ended defenses than May.
You only played one. You only played against one. That's it.
Chargers had an elite defense this year. What do you mean?
But he only scored. Didn't he score 16 points against them?
I wasn't impressed against them. Yeah, give me a break.
You weren't much impressed, but you were impressed this time, weren't you, Chill?
I was. Yes, I was.
Very impressed. Yes, does he look? You look to the MVP right now, Chill? He looked at the MVP.
Well, here's the thing, Jay. I mean, you have this way about you, like this "I told you so." We weren't having this conversation in week 3. We weren't doing it.
Week 3? No,
we were not doing this. We were not doing this in week 6 neither. We were not doing this in week 6 neither. No, we weren't. But you got this "I told you so" attitude, And I can definitely appreciate your fandom, but and we got to move on. We got to go, but you got this. I told you so way about you. Yeah, I can appreciate your boys doing what they're doing, but Jay, you did not expect this from your boys. No, you didn't.
I expected them to be better. I wasn't expecting an MVP season from my man.
No, and you guys in the bowl game. If I told you in week 6 that Drake May was winning the league MVP and y'all was in the bowl game, you'd have been like, chill, I'm here for it. Hell
Chill.
no.
Question for you before I get out of here. Going into next season, is man top 5 QB?
No, you got to do it longer. Nope.
Got to do it longer, Chill. How many more years of this we got to get?
Yeah, you got to do it longer. Top 5 ain't. He ain't better than Joe Burrow. He ain't better than Mahomes. He ain't better than Allen.
Give me Herbert.
He ain't better than Herbert neither. Nope.
Whoa. He's better. He's better than Justin Rivers in the playoffs. Anyways.
I don't think so. I think that he's always. I think Justin Rivers. I'm sorry.
I got you saying it too. He ain't better than Caleb Williams.
Consistently running for his life. So, yo.
Hey, I just wanted to ask you, how do you feel about LeBron not starting in the All-Star game?
Yo, Tone. I mean, that's nuts. He's
Is it
been
weird?
starting in
Is
it's super weird. He's been starting in the All-Star game for over 20 years, way before all of this snow, way before all of this was going on. Yeah, he's been starting in the All-Star game.
I was clean shaven.
He's not
back then.
starting. Yeah,
I didn't even know what a beard was.
for real. I always had the goatee. I've always had the goatee since my mid-20s. But even still,
No, back when I was younger, I thought I was good looking, so I kept clean shaven. And then Mrs. Fluent was like, "You're not good looking. Put that beard on to cover yourself up." And I was like, "All right, I'll grow this beard out." So I understood the assignment.
It is. It's weird to see that this dude is not a starting All-Star game. That's crazy. Yeah. Now I will say this really quickly before we go. I think that if he would have announced that he was retiring, he would have started this year.
100%. Or someone would have given them his starting role, like Vince did for MJ.
Like Jordan did for Doc.
Yeah.
Exactly. So.
You want to say it again?
Yes, sir. You guys know where to find us. This is me and my man, Tony Tone. We do this every Tuesday night right here on the Chilltown Hoops Network. Me and my man, Tony Tone, Fluent and Chill. We give you the best sports content on the internet. We will see you guys soon. Until then, put on a suit, drink water, don't drink and drive. Hey, man, call your mother. When's the last time you talked to your mother? Call your mother. I just talked to my mother yesterday. Call your mother. We'll talk to you guys soon. But until then, take it light. But take it. Absolutely. It was good to see you guys tonight. This was dope, man. We appreciate you. No doubt. Yes, sir. Super dope. I enjoyed that.
Give me just one day. Fluent and chill. What it takes, stay real. Chill town hoops